Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about introduction to activity and its life cycle using Android. First of all, we will see that what is activity. So, an activity is a screen of Android application. It is just like window or frame. Yes, there may be more than one activities or we can say screens in Android. For example, you can also create sign up screen, login screen, home screen, etc. But at a time only one activity will be visible. We should aware that whenever user create any application, it must be combination of XML as well as Java file. Here this diagram denotes us that the XML file is called layout file, where there is a designing and little bit of coding, while Java file is activity that is used for coding and handling the data of user. Before move towards activity life cycle, we should know about the states of activity life cycle. There are some states in activity life cycle, and these states are active or we can say running. Second one is a paused, third one is a stopped, and the fourth one is destroyed state. In this diagram, these all states are given. We can go to each state by calling the different methods of life cycle. Now we will discuss about activity life cycle. So as you can see here, there are 7 methods of activity life cycle. The first is onCreate method, second is onStart method, third is onResume method, fourth is onPause method, fifth is onStop method, sixth is onRestart method, and the seventh is onDestroy method. The lifetime of activity is happen in between onCreate to last call of onDestroy method. Now this diagram shows us the entire life cycle of activity. Suppose user have launched any activity, at that time onCreate method will be called first. So it is used for initial setup, as we can say initialization. Next, whenever activity is going to visible, at that time onStart method will be called. Next, whenever your activity is visible and user can interact with it, so at that time onResume method will be called. In another way, we can say that if onResume method is called, so at that time your activity is in running state. From there we can go to pause state by calling onPause method. Now at this time, suppose any activity comes in foreground, so your current activity will be paused by calling onPause method. From onPause method, you can restart your activity again by calling onResume method, or you can move towards onStop method. If onStop method will be called, then your activity will become totally invisible. So here if another application require memory, so your current application will be killed. In another scenario, I can restart my current application by calling on restart function. And at last, if we want to close our activity, then we should call on destroy method. So here is one question, that why we should call on destroy method. It will release resources from memory and close the current activity. So now we don't require to call this old method compulsory. We can call only required method. So this is the entire flow of activity life cycle. Now we will discuss about all methods in detail. The first method is onCreate method. When any activity is created, it will call onCreate method. And as I said before, we can do initialization and static setup in this method. So it is always followed by onStart method. Our next method is onStart method. In this method, your activity is going to visible to user, and it is created after onCreate method. If your activity comes to foreground, then it will call onResume method. Our next method is onResume method. In this method, activity become visible and user is able to interact with activity. So whenever user open any kind of application and it displays the screen, at that time this method is called. At this point, your activity is at top of the stack and you can take input from the user. Our next method is onPause method. This method is called when another activity is in foreground. For example, if we move to activity B from activity A, so your activity A will be paused. By calling onResume method, activity can return to front or invisible by calling onStop method. Audio, video and animation can be paused and started again by calling onResume method. Our next method is onStop method. When your current activity is no longer visible, at that time onStop method is called. So here, if higher priority application require memory, so it may be killed, or we can restart our activity again by calling onRestart method. Our next method is onRestart method, and this method is called after activity has been stopped or before it has started again. It is always followed by onStart method, and whenever we want to restart our life cycle, so this method is very useful. And this is our last method of life cycle, onDestroy method. As you can see here, it is the final call that you will receive before activity is destroyed. In another way, we can say that whenever we want to finish our activity or either system will destroy the activity, we can call onDestroy method. There are mainly two reasons to call this method. The first one is activity has completed its life cycle, and the second one is activity is being killed by Android operating system because it requires some resources.